So, happy Monday. It's that time again. It's time to go over the fragrances that I have worn in the last week. Going from Sunday, which would be the second day of April, to Saturday, which would be the 8th. So, if you want to know what fragrances I managed to find, spray on, rock, whatever, hey, meet me on the other side of this short intro and we're going to bust it open, break it down, and get right into it. Sit right there. I'll see you in a second. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy, Trey Sense. But y'all already know that. And you know what we're here for. We're here to talk about the fragrances that I've worn over the last week or so. Now, before we get into the heavy lifting and the paperwork, the review, got just a little bit of paperwork I need from you. Like, share, and sub, hit the icon bell. All that is free, will not cost you a thing. No further ado, let's get right into it. This one is a cologne fragrance I picked up off of Amazon. Beautiful bottle, beautiful presentation, great colors with the blue and gold. And this is Imperium, and it is a clone of Elysium, or an Elysium style fragrance. How can I explain this fragrance? In the air. If I spray this fragrance in the air, it will definitely remind you of what it's a clone of, and that's Elysium. Off of my skin, it acts more and smells more like Cedrat Boise. Nonetheless, both of those are far more expensive than the $30 that you paid for this one. If you like Cedrat and you're looking for something similar, I think you may want to try this. Or if you like Elysium and you're looking for something cheaper and similar. To my nose, coming off of my skin, again, this is more like Cedrat Boise. Clearly, looking at the bottle and the presentation, they marketed it to be a clone of Elysium, because when I saw this on Amazon, I hadn't seen any reviews on it or anything. I saw that bottle, I said, I know what that's a clone of. So I immediately ordered it just to see. Then I watched a few reviews, and some of the other reviewers are like, oh, it's so close, to Elysium, da 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 da. It's in the ballpark, but Aventus, Boise, and Elysium all are in the same realm. So there's not going to be a whole lot of similarities. Differences in any of them, depending on which batch of Aventus that you have. They're all fresh, citrus, woody type of scents. Some of the Aventus batches have birch in them, or more smokiness, but a lot of them are just straight up fruity. And yeah, that's what to me draws all three of them together, is the citrus that's in them. But nonetheless, we're talking about this one, and for $30, I definitely think you should pick this up off of Amazon. The presentation of the box is horrible, but the juice is nice. Imperium. That is a clone, or said to be a clone, of Elysium. I just say it's a great citrus style fragrance that you will be able to wear from now through November, especially if you live in the Southeast. So you'll definitely get your money's worth out of that one, especially if you're a gentleman that doesn't like a whole lot of fragrances in his collection. That's one I think you will like. And that is Sunday, which takes me to Monday. Spring in Alabama. Sunday was warm. Monday, it started to cool off a little bit. And I'm always trying to get in fragrances that I have not worn in a while, or whatever. It seems like it was rainy Monday. I need to remember to write that out when I start this next week's presentation or journal. So when I get ready to do the presentation, present it to y'all. This one is from the house of Dapper, and it is Dapper's version of Maison Margiela's Jazz Club. And I happen to have Jazz Club. Seems like I got it for Valentine's Day. And I have to tell you that this is pretty much spot on. This is pretty much spot on. This is a banger of a fragrance. It is very, very strong, very potent, which I've had mine for a while. As you see the thick, dark juice on there. And this is spot on to Jazz Club. It's spot on. Dapper did a really good job with this one. I don't know if he still has this one in his rotation, if it's one he's still making, or if he's discontinued it. But nonetheless, this smells spot on to Jazz Club. Jazz Club has a little bit more movement, but a lot of times with the clone houses, what you get is the dry down, which I guess that's what lingers on your skin the longest. But yeah, the dry down of this compared to the dry down of the original Jazz Club, spot on. This is a great fragrance. It is a compliment getter. I love to pull it out in the in the cooler climates, and you see where the levels are. So that tells you I've worn this quite a few times. Dapper's version of Maison Margiela's Jazz Club is what I wore Monday. Tuesday, got a little warm again, so I pulled out one that I thought just went well with a nice, pretty, warm day, and it is from the house of Davidoff, and it is a flanker in the Cool Water line. Can you guess which one it is? Probably not, because we haven't heard much about this one recently, and it is it is grapefruit and sage. Here in Alabama, we have a habit of mispronouncing things and leaving out some words and adding others. You will hear many people in Alabama, the Southeast, refer to grapefruit as great fruit, but it is actually grapefruit, which most of us knew that. But this little gem right here, again, it's nice, great for the warmer weather. It just works. It just smells good. Very modern type of scent. I want to say maybe that has a little bit of ambroxan in there. You definitely pick up on the grapefruit and the sage in the dry down. I think it's a nice fragrance. I really, really do. I think this is one that it will go great if you're taking a vacation down to the beach, or if you're chilling out on the balcony or the patio. Anywhere where you're going to be with that warm breeze, it's going to catch it and it's going to pump off of your skin. I think this is great. Nice warm weather type of scent. Great on a pretty day. I enjoy it. It smells good. Can't say I pick up on a lot of the original Cool Water DNA in here. I do pick up on some of the newer flanker Cool Water DNA, like Cool Water Intense and Cool Water Parfum. I pick up on a little of the DNA from those in this fragrance, but nonetheless, it's a great little scent, very modern and fairly inexpensive. You can get this 4.2 ounce bottle for about $25, and that's hard to beat. Definitely a nice little pickup. If you see this out, I suggest that you grab it, or if you're looking for something to fill out your cart, if you're ordering something online, I definitely think you should pick it up. All right, one more time, what I wore on Wednesday, which will be the 5th of April, if I did not say that about the grapefruit and sage. Of course, it would be the 4th, and Monday would have been the 3rd, Sunday would have been the 2nd. Okay, so now we're up to the 5th of April, which is Wednesday. I wore one from, I think this is from Dua? No, from Alexandria. And it is a clone. I'm trying to think of what it's a clone of. What is it? Apple Brandy by Killian. I want to say that's what this is a clone of. This is Wasted. It's called Wasted Moments. And I have this in a little sample, thanks to a very good friend of mine, Mr. Lamar Gaston, who's always sending me samples. So gracious. And Lamar, I am always thankful for all the support that you give the channel, brother. I greatly appreciate it. He said this one was too boozy for him. I like it. I like it a lot. Another sub of mine, Mr. E, Mr. Lester Eccles, stopped by the store. And the thing about these little samples, when I wear them, I can just stick them in my pocket. So if somebody asks me what I'm wearing, I can pull it out and be like, here you go. Smell that. And then we can talk about it. And sometimes I'll even give it to them. But I like the way this smells. I have 1 or 2 more wearings in it. Wasted Moments. I may try to See if I can find me a bottle of this at a decent price. The only thing, was that Alexander? No, that was Dua, wrong company. Nonetheless, this smells like just what it says, boozy apples. It smells like apple brandy. So Wasted Moments is a good one. Killian is a house that I would love to delve more into. Angel Shares is a beautiful fragrance. I just don't have the bread to break on a full bottle of it. I mean, I guess I could, but it's just not that deep to me, man. I'll just get Sensual Obsessions or Dappers or whoever makes a version of it and wear theirs. But Angel Share is one I would love to have. It is definitely on my wish list. But we're talking about Wasted Moments, and what you get from this is booze. Apple booze. Sweet, really, really sweet. But at the same time, it has a certain freshness. And then I pick up on a little bit of citrus as it starts to dry down. But nonetheless, Wasted Moments is a great, great, great fragrance. If you can pick this up for about $40, I think it would be a solid pickup. And this one, again, I could definitely see me wearing this in the spring, the rest of the spring on into the summer and then into the fall. So it's one I would like to purchase now because I would actually get some use out of it. Not that I would wear it a lot, because you know how I do. I wear a fragrance once and then I put it at the back of the rotation until I get back around to it. But that is definitely one that I like. Wasted Moments. Okay, that was Wednesday the 5th. That brings us to, that brings us to Thursday. And I say, because I'm looking for my Thursday fragrance. Your boy, for the first time in the history of Fragcom in my life, or my fragrance journey, I had a mishap. The fragrance that I wore Thursday is from the house of Jaguar, and it is Jaguar Classic. I dropped the bottle and broke it. Whole house has been smelling wonderful. You walk in the front door, you can smell Jaguar Classic, and I'm just like, I'm gonna have to put that back in my collection. I wore Jaguar Classic because I was in the mood to wear my Night Flight by Jupe, which is discontinued, expensive, and hard to find. Jaguar Classic is very similar to Jupe Night Flight, but it's not hard to find, so I used it as an alternative. And I had bought a pair of shoes from Academy, and I had them delivered to the store, so I had to pick them up. So I had the daggone bottle sitting on the shoebox, and in my old age, turned to do something, and I literally forgot the damn cologne was sitting there. The next thing I hear is, and I'm just like, and then I'm like, oh well, it's a $12 fragrance. It's a $12 to $15 fragrance. I just hate to be wasteful. So, but my broom smells good. The whole house smells. You smell. That's probably the best smelling broom in America, because I mean it smells like Night Flight. But nonetheless, Night Flight. It smells like Jaguar Classic. If you've ever smelled Jupe Night Flight, then you know what I mean. That is a stunning, stunning fragrance. It's just, it's cool, it's refreshing, it's very versatile. It's a fragrance that you can wear in the winter, the summer, spring, or fall. It has a little bit of a clean nuance to it. Definitely, Night Flight is a little, Night Flight is a sexy name. I think that's a cool ass name. What you got on? Night Flight. Yeah, you know, it just sounds nice. A little bit deceiving because it is a fragrance that can be worn any time of the day in any season. Maybe that's why I like it. I've went through probably 3 bottles of Night Flight in my life, and I hate they discontinued it. But Jaguar Classic was my go-to fragrance when I felt like wearing the Jupe, and I dropped it and broke it. So I have no bottle of Jupe Night Flight, and that was Thursday the 6th. Now that brings us to Friday. Had some errands to run Friday. Had to go get the oil changed and Marcus, which is my Grand Marquis. I got that car at a good deal. Very, very low miles on it. It was a 99, had 78,000 miles on it when I got it. So I got to keep it running tip-top condition. I'm a huge fan of Ford products. My F-150 got the same 4.6 in it, so you know it's easy for me to keep it running because all you gotta do is keep the oil change. But anyway, my scent of the day on a cold, rainy April morning was this bad boy, and it is Polo Red Intense. Now, very, very similar to Polo Red Extreme. The biggest difference between the two, in my opinion, is Extreme has the coffee note, Intense doesn't. But this is a very, very, very crowd pleasing fragrance. I sprayed that Emperor. Am I saying that right? Yes, I sprayed that Emperor on just a second ago, right there. And I'm gonna spray this one on just to give myself just a little. I love doing these videos because it gives me more time to spend with some of these fragrances that I absolutely love. And this is one that I like. It was cold that day and rainy. I had on a hoodie. Matter of fact, I think I had on a red hoodie at that. And this fragrance just went well with it and the weather. It's very easy. It's a fragrance that you don't have to think about, overthink. You know, Polo doesn't make the strongest fragrances or the best performing fragrances, but when you spray this kind of stuff on some cotton, you know, it gets in that fabric and that material, and it just, you know, it does what it does. You spray a little bit on your skin so you can get some projection. You spray a little bit on your clothes so you can get some longevity, and it works out great. Nonetheless, this is a fragrance that if you have a youngster and you find this somewhere at a perfume shop or in a chat group or in a rack store in a discount bin, you should pick it up, because I think anybody from the ages of 13 to 65, I think, would like the way this fragrance smells. I think it's very versatile. I think it fits most age groups. I like fragrances like this in the wintertime because they perform a little bit better. They cut through that cold, but it's definitely one that you can wear in the spring or the summer. It's a very versatile fragrance. The main thing you need to know about this one is it is sweet. Very, 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 very sweet, which is why I think that a youngster would like it. I like that a lot. It's just a good smelling fragrance. I just wish it performed a little bit better. But nonetheless, you know, it does what it does. It do what it do. That was Friday as I was running my errands. Now for the nightcap, let's see, what did I wear Sunday? Okay, not Sunday, but Saturday. So that brings us to Friday, the 7th. And this is the nightcap. And I went with one that I have not worn in a while. And it's from the house of Giorgio Armani. And it is a Armani Code Profondo. And this one, again, it was cold, so I put on another pair of sweats and another hoodie. And I wear nice sweats and nice hoodies. I don't want y'all to think I'm out here like looking slouchy or whatever, because I don't go nowhere looking slouchy. I always look my best whenever I leave the house. Armani Code Profondo. This one is just, it's just good. It's just good. This may be one of the lines that, when it comes to the Code line, that the flankers are better than the original. I mean, Armani Code Profondo, Absolute, Colonial, all those are really, really good fragrances. And they do exactly what they're supposed to do. This is a sexy date night, wintertime, come close, cuddle to me type of scent. Definitely a sweet. I was fixing to smell my hand again, and I realized I sprayed Polo on and not this. Sweetness in a bottle is what you get with this one, man. Just a sexy, romantic date night type of fragrance. Dries down real powdery, a little bit irisy, a little bit rhubarby, if that's a word. But you get what I'm saying. Definitely a powdery scent. It comes off more powdery off the atomizer than it does off skin. Off skin, to me, it comes off a little bit more rhubarbish than it does irisy, but nonetheless, great little fragrance. And I don't know if rhubarb or iris, either one is listed in the note breakdown. That's just the vibe I get. From my experience with fragrances, that's what I get. There's a rhubarby, irisy, sweet, powdery type of scent that goes great in the wintertime in the hoodies, and I'll never forget finding that fragrance in Brentwood, Tennessee at Nordstrom's rack, and was excited because it came with that and a smaller 30 ml travel size that I sold to my good friend Mr. Justin Colebanks, J. Cole as I call him. And that brings us to the last day of the rotation, which would be Saturday, April the 8th. And I guess I was in a sensual obsessions mood. I did not grab the one I was intending to grab. I was intending to grab my Dior Tabaculor, but I changed my mind and went in another direction. I went in the direction of one that I don't wear very often at all. And it's a little out of my comfort zone in my wheelhouse, but it is Rock Rose. It is Dapper's version of Rock Rose by Clive Christensen. And I like it. I have a decant of Clive Christensen's Rock Rose, and this is spot on. And again, this is a bottle that I've had for well over a year. I like it. I like it a lot. I put this in the same category with Moschino's Toy Boy. A rose-based fragrance, to me, it's one you're going to have to wear for yourself, because you're not going to garner a lot of compliments with this one. At least I don't feel like you will. But I've also stated before, just because somebody doesn't tell you that you smell good doesn't mean that they don't think that you smell good. So wear fragrances that satisfy you. And again, it was a cool night, rainy night. And I just felt like this fragrance would go really, really well. And it did. It did. I enjoyed it. I smelled myself all night. I got whiffs of it all night. And I like this fragrance. And again, you see where the levels are on this one. Again, I don't know if Travis still has this in his rotation. If he does, you may want to go over there and get your bottle. I think it's a great one for the spring. It's a rose-based fragrance, you know. That's what I get out of it anyway. Well, yeah, that's the name of it, Rock Rose. And it is very, very close to Clive Christensen's Rock Rose, which I have a Scentbird, what is it, 8 mil, 10 mil, whatever, decant of it, and I like it. All right, guys, that is it. And we start another week today, which is Easter when I'm shooting this video, and it'll be Monday when you get it. I hope you all had a great Easter Sunday and enjoyed yourself and enjoyed spending time with your family. I was excited because I did not have to work. My job closed early. Today they closed at 2, so I had no shift. So that means I did not have to go in, and I am thankful. Glad to have a Sunday off, and I took full advantage of it. All right, that is it, man. Listen, what would you guys like to see more of on the channel? What would you like to see more of? Would you like to see more first impressions? I mean, what would you like to see more? Very simple, very easy question. What would you like to see your boy Trey Scents review more of? Getting some things in my personal life in order that's going to free up some more cash flow for the opportunity to purchase some more fragrances. And I have a wish list of fragrances that I want. Maybe that'll be the next video, to get you a wish list video out. I did pick up one new fragrance this week that I almost put in this video, but I didn't. I'm gonna save it and bring it to you in the middle of the week. You know, I may do that with my wish list video, but just, you know, let me know some things that you would like to see different from the channel, or some things that you would like to see me review on the channel, okay? All right, with that being said, thank you so much for returning to the scene of the crime and for sitting through these long videos with me. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. With that being said, I'm gonna get off of here, snip it, edit it, do all that stuff so you can see it. All right, you know the drill. I love you all, and God bless you all. Till next time, guys. Peace.